Hello, welcome back to Funtime Crafts 24/7. This is a Let's Make video, and what we're playing with today is we are playing with the Griffin Vignette dies. Look at how pretty! Aren't these great? The vignette dies make, just as it suggests, a vignette. Really cool little parlor effect. It has its own card base. Some of this paper and embellishments are from the vignette card papers and embellishment pack, and which just adds to the die fun. And then you open up your card and it creates something like this, and just with so much dimension and fun. I mean, it actually looks like the harp is in the middle of the room with the dies, and the lady is like gonna go over and play the harp. Like, isn't that just the neatest thing? It's almost like a dollhouse. It's really cool. And so I created this with the dies and that embellishment pack, and that's what the back looks like. And then I also thought, like, well, do we have to use the embellishment papers, or can we use other things in our stash? So I went rogue and created another card, and I created this one, and this uses Heartfelt Creations paper, some Anna Griffin embellishments, flowers, and the hummingbirds and sentiment pack, a sticker pack with some of her matte foil. And then I ended up creating this card here. I actually added it to a 5x7 card base, popped it up just a hair because when I created the card base at the bottom, it had a propensity, because when it was sitting flat on the table, it wanted to pop the sentiment up and stay propped up to where you couldn't really read it that well. And so I thought it looked better if it had space. That's the reason I raised it up rather than aligning it to the bottom. It allowed it to have space to be able to pop down where it naturally wanted to sit. And so, yeah, and then this is the Heartfelt Creations Tulip paper collection. Isn't that beautiful? It uses some of the vine decoupage die cuts for the fun little, like, faux trellis effect there, and then also some hummingbirds, and then the flower shop sticker and embellishments as well. And I thought this came out so cute. I was going for like a English cottage garden lane type feel, where you're like walking down the lane. Kind of going for there's a, what is the movie? There's an old movie where this uh writer, publisher, oh gosh, what is it? Hold on, I'm gonna ask John. Okay, John said it was a 1942 film classic. William Powell, Grillgrass, and Random Harvest was the movie. But in the movie, they rent the cutest little cottage, and it has like an arbor trellis that goes over the fence where you go into the little garden and up to the front porch. And that was a feeling. The feel I was going for was like that, like really quaint, sweet, cozy effect with that trellis-esque walking into a sweet cottage garden. And I thought this, like, right, it doesn't that one, like, with the little bench and the little wagon with flowers, the little lamp post, like, how sweet, right? So anyways, this is what we're gonna make. We're not gonna make this one. We're actually going to use the dies and the vignette papers and embellishment pack. This one right here, and this pack just makes the dies so fun. And let me show you the die set that we're actually going to use. Did I show you this one? Yeah, like this, right? So sweet, so cute. And then this one, I hope yeah, they go like this. But the other thing we're gonna do instead, I didn't realize that these are very bulky cards and they just want to like fly open. We're gonna add a ribbon on our front, so it'll have a ribbon closure to hold it, so that way when the person, if they pulled it out of the envelope, it wouldn't just like spring open, and then this card just wants to just do its own little thing and be alive all on, like, rah, and chaotic. So we're gonna add ribbon closure to tame it. Okay, and so let me show you the dies. Let's see. The dies are right here. This is the set right here. This is the die set. This right here is your card base. Let's see. This is your card base. This makes the fun little piece that pops out in the front. And this makes the card base here. This makes the floor that pops out. And then it actually comes with a few wall panels. This one here. This set here. And then it comes with 4 other layering dies for the panels, which is really cool. And then you get your table and chair, you get your chandelier, and then this die cuts the separate lampshade so you can paper piece those on. A couple of frames, a vase, a candlestick, and then a teapot with teacups. And then this little die right here is a fun one. The only thing I could figure out the use of this one was it helps to pop things out more into the middle of the floor. Otherwise, I'm not sure what it's for, but that's what I used it for. So, and that's what we're going to do. Basically what it does, I think that's what it's for, is it makes your items pop out into the center of the floor to give it that much more dimension. So you can pop things up with foam tape and then that little piece there, and it helps it to pop them off the wall and make it look like it's standing in the middle of the space to give it much more dimension and a more realistic like dollhouse feel, and just super fun. So yeah, I'll show you how to do that. It's really easy to utilize in that fashion. And then we're also going to do it up with a bunch of the embellishments out of the collection there. And right, isn't that just great? I think this is so stinking fun. But that's what that does. And so here, let me show you what it comes with. Instructions, the instruction sheet. Although in the instruction sheet, it doesn't tell you how to use that die. So I don't know. That's why I guessed. But there you are. There you have it. See, nowhere does it say. So I don't know. So that's what we're going to use it for. And so what I thought was, I have a bit of the basket, Anna Griffin basket paper collection out. I wasn't sure if we're going to need it. I have some bows, and then I have some ribbon for our closure, and I hope I remember to put that on. But what we're going to do first is get these out of the way, so that way I have space. And we are going to take, actually, we're going to get these out. We're going to get this paper pack embellishment and choose some things out of this. And this is a nice collection. It definitely goes with the dies and the feel of the die set. And there is a lot of really nice papers in here. And these are double-sided, and they're exactly the same front and back. And that is so that way when you use the die, since it doesn't have the reverser one, you have to actually cut this one out twice. Which I wasn't a big fan about that, but you can do it. And because these are double-sided, there you go. It makes it easier to work with the dies, with the base die. So, and I think I'm just going to use the purple one, but you got to do 2 of them. So you need 2 pieces. But there are some lovely, this is the one I used on the card I showed you. And it comes with several of them. And then this is another one. And look at that pink one. Isn't that pretty with the black floor? The tile black floor. Oh gosh. I hope you're in frame. Yeah, that pink one, so pretty. And then there's that one, right? Look at how colorful. That one's pretty. I love the green and the blue. That is beautiful. I think the Castle paper has this collection. Has that beautiful pattern. And I'm not sure where that Damascus is from. But that's gorgeous. That green and blue is so pretty with the beige. Yeah, look at how pretty that one is. And there's some curtains in it, in the collection that match this style here. How pretty is that? Maybe we should, no. We already got purple and green. We're doing purple and green. And then last but not least is this one. And there's all kinds of fun stuff that matches this, that we're going to see right now. And so, yeah, oh, and here, this is what it's called. Vignette, card, papers, and embellishments. And so then what you get is, look, these embellishments, foil ones, the ladies to put in the salon or parlor, and then curtains. And so we're going to pick out some curtains. We're going to pick out a few lovely things. And so here, where are you guys? I need you to, come on, get in here and hang out. Let's get close to the situation. Okay, let's really dig in here. Okay, so we have these beautiful pink ones, or peachy ones here. I think this is the one I use on my card. Yeah, these are the ones I used on my card. On that peachy one. Oh, look how fun that would be. We're not going to use that. We're going to go for more of the lavender purple thematic elements like this one. That's purple and beautiful. Oh, see, this is what I was talking about. It has that design dimension, that like design detail that was on that frame. You could even use these other blue ones, but those are pretty fun. And there's quite a few of them. The reason there is, you use them, it looks like there's only one, they go one way, but they actually flip over to do the reverse. So yeah, they're super fun like that. But maybe I'm thinking we'll do, so I need one more of those. Yeah, that's the only lavender ones they have. So we'll do 2 of those, and not these. And we'll do, let's see, we need the valance that goes across them. The matching valance, so we'll do that one. And then, yeah, the matching valance on these other ones are like this. So these go like this, and then that goes like that, is how that goes. And those are pretty fun. Kind of an Egyptian type of esque feel. And super fun. And then look at this valance. Is kind of similar to the purple one. I love that color. That's pretty. Okay, but let's put these away because we're done with these. And I'll try not to bend them and crumple the pieces out of them. And now what we're going to do is we're going to pick some of these pieces. Actually, but hold on a second. Because we need, yeah, okay. We want to pick what we're going to put inside our little beautiful little, because otherwise we're going to have to cut the pieces out. So let's see, what we're thinking is we're going to do a room like this, is kind of what we're saying here. Let's mock up a little something something. There we go. Those are the pieces we have to work with, right? So we're going to go like so. And then now we need, oh, here's a purple chair. And then some of the chairs will flip over either direction, but not all the things do that. Like this is not double-sided. The chairs, I think, are the only thing that are double-sided. And then this is going to be there because this is your floor. And this is your chair railing or wainscoting. So we'll have to see what it is that we want to use for embellishment details. Oh, this has some purple in it and some blue, but that doesn't pop. That pops really nice. This would pop, but I don't know about that. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, that's a fun one. But we have to figure out what we want to do, and I think we should do some paneling or something on the wall. Actually, so you guys don't have to endure me going through all of this. But oh, look how pretty. I love these panels. Aren't those beautiful? Wow. They're so beautiful. Very like a romantic, very Victorian feel. Very Victorian. So beautiful. Let's see what else. Oh, and this here, I haven't quite figured out what these are, but I use these behind mine to decorate behind the curtain back there as like a detail that would be up on a wall. Like what is that stuff called? It's the pieces on the ceiling. What are those? It's like baseboards for the ceiling. What are those called? I can't remember. If I think of it, I'll shout it out. Just randomly, I'll shout it out. And yeah, so let me actually get a design going here. It doesn't look like there's too many that are really going to actually go with this here. So let's go through the paper I did pull out to see what, oh, and let's pick out a lady to go in our beautiful little parlor or salon that we're going to make. Yeah, because we're going to need a couch. We could do something like that on each side. What if we do that? We could definitely do that. And we could definitely use something like that. So let's grab 2 of these. That's a beautiful lady we could put on there. There's a teacup. So I think you only get the 2 ladies. I wasn't sure. Okay, so you get either one. I think I'm going to go ahead and use the pink gal again. I think well, maybe we'll use one of each. Maybe we'll have them standing and looking like they're going to go to have some tea or something. And maybe we use some of this gold embellishments instead. And actually, maybe I should put the card together first before we figure out, so we can figure out what we want to do. Yeah, because we could cut the chandelier out, and then we'll have to figure out where they're gonna go and stuff. So let's actually go back to the drawing board here. Let's start over. We'll keep these because we did decide on this stuff here for a minute, but there's just a pin in those. So let's. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these, line them up like this together. And I'm going to line this line up here. See where this meets there, that corner and this point? We're going to line that up on like this. Like this. So right there on that line where the floor meets the purple, the bottom of the wainscoting, we're going to line that up and we're going to tape this down. And then I'm going to run these both at the same time through my die cut machine. And I'm just going to use a tiny bit of Spellbinders, Spellbinders tape. And so line that up on the corner and then on the point. And actually, if you go to one side, if you try to hold it on one side, you'll have extra pieces here that we can cut other things out with. We can use some of these other things to cut stuff out. So let's go down here. We'll tape it down there. And then I'll tape it up top and on the side here. And I'm trying not to put it in the middle of the die because that's the decorative portion. And we'll do, not in the, well, that's going to be where that flips over. So we'll do that. Okay, so let me run these and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what you get when you run it through the die machine. So we're going to save these pieces here so we can cut like that, like this one out for sure out of a piece of this stuff. And so be careful, be careful. There. Nice. Be careful. What if you need it? What if you need it? Be careful. Wait, slowly. Be gentle, be gentle. Hold your breath. There you go. There we go. That looks amazing. Keep these. We might have to use them again. And now we have little pieces. Okay, so... Okay, yeah, so this is kind of... this one is going to definitely be the one I use. And then what you want to do is on one side, you want to pick what side you want to see from each one. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the tabs off. And then on the other one, you want to cut the tabs off. And so what you're going to cut off is... There's on this, I was trying to show you where the embossing or score lines are. There's a score line here, and from this point all the way to this point there's a score line, and you want to cut this tab off. It's the very outside line or indentation on the page. The very outside one, you want to cut this whole tab off, this little tab off, and then this first triangle, you want to cut that off. But if you'll look, it goes from the corner and it goes down that middle indented line there all the way to here. So not this like raised little triangular detail, not that. It's the one in between the two raised pieces. You want to cut that line off right there. And so you want to cut this piece off, this triangle piece off. And then they're going to meet. And then these will go... They'll go together and they'll do this like whole 90 thing, and it'll be great. So you have to pick which one you want to see. And so basically what I try to do is what two sides look the nicest together that has the least amount of marring and funkiness to them on the back. What back looks the best? Oh, actually, that one actually looks really good. And actually the front of, so this actually looks really good. So let's keep this one, and let's, yeah. And so then the other thing is, yeah, let's keep this, let's use this side, and what's least wavy, this one's the least wavy, so we'll fold this one, and we'll cut these off here. But I'm actually going to cut this triangle off. Will it be the same? will that be the same actually? Oh, it'll probably be about the same. I bet we can make that look pretty cool. I bet we can make that look pretty cool. But it actually doesn't look like it goes like that. I don't know. We're gonna have to see. Let's just see. We'll just see. We'll see what happens. So I'm definitely I'm gonna cut these tabs off here and then just go ahead and cut this triangle off as well, since I'm cutting them off this side. And let me do that here really quick. And I think I can just use my tiny trimmer. Here, let's see. It is a tutorial. I guess I should do it live rather than just saying, oh, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just lining up the corners on the edge of my blade all the way down to here. We don't need this for now. So lining up the corner and then lining up this corner here on the edge. And we're gonna hold it steady, keep our fingers out of the way so we don't guillotine them off. And choppy choppy. There we go. And now I'm gonna line up this line here. I'm just folding it so I know where I need to cut. Yeah, we're gonna cut that one off. Right there. So now I got a line. We're gonna go there, edge to edge there. Get my fingers out of the way so I don't guillotine them off. Alright, there we go there. And now, I think that looks pretty good. And so we have our two pieces. Let's go ahead and put our little room together. And now you have to decide here, like, well, you don't have to decide here, but you could wait and see what it actually looks like if you're going to want to put it in a 5x7 card base, or if you're going to be okay with it looking the way it is. So, yeah, because this is where you're going to, so just fold these. And you want to fold these back and forth so that way they have lots of movement. This little triangle piece down here, and especially this one up here. And the funny thing is on this one, these actually get folded down. That piece gets folded down like that. And so you want it to be straight across like that. And then this piece actually comes out this way. And you want to line it up the top there. It gets folded like that, and then this piece gets connected to the other flap, this one here. But you also have to fold this, and this gets folded forward, and you want to make sure you're folding it on the score line. So you might need to take a ruler that has a sharp edge. Let me grab my Tim Holtz. The Tim Holtz is ideal for this, and line it up from corner to corner. And then fold against that so you can get a nice crisp edge. And that way your wall doesn't look like a shabby contractor did it. A shady fella built your salon or parlor. Somebody with a little building experience did. And there we go. We don't need any shady construction going on in our parlor. Okay, there we go. That looks pretty good. And nice. Oh, and then we have to fold here. And I think that I'll do the same thing. I'll go ahead and on corner to point. Corner to point. And fold that up accordingly. Like so. Amazing. And then this one is going to go... I'm trying to remember how this one goes. I think it goes up like this, because the other one will meet with that. So then this will go like this, and then, oh no, this goes down like this, and then this goes out like this. Okay, so let's do this other one. Let's fold this down. And so it should be nice and straight at the top. This should meet up here. This will get folded back and meet up here. And there's no tab on this one. Remember, we cut it off. And then the only other thing you have to do is you have to fold the floor up on this one. I'm trying to see where that little flooring piece is at. And it's going to go about yay. tip to tip. Yeah, there we go. And you can use a bone folder if you're pretty sure you got it where you want it as well. Yeah. So this is probably going to go there like that. Yeah, that's how that goes. Oh, but this piece goes on the back. So it's seamless. Oh yeah, look how cute. Isn't that going to be great? That is pretty fun. Yeah, that is pretty fun. Just like that. And then, okay, so let's go ahead and do that actually. Let's pop the adhesive on here. And I'm just going to use some scored tape, am I? No, yeah, score tape. We'll use score tape. Like so. On that piece. Make sure all your adhesive's on the top of that tab. And you're going to line it up at the top up here and then at the corner down here. Put it at a 90 because that generally helps. Push it in, and then all you have to do is line up the top and the bottom for the most part. Wait. This thing is wily. Bend it out of the way. Get these fellas out of the way. And don't let them harass you. Push it all the way into your 90-degree corner once you're lined up at the top. And when you like it, oh, but don't, only press down if you like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay, I like it. I didn't like it. Only if you like it. Oh, and look at it, it's seamless. What? Okay, so now put some adhesive on this fella. On this one there. And if you want it to stay forever and ever, or you want a little bit more shimmy, you can always use glue on it. It'll give you a shimmy, or it'll just stay for eons and eons. Yeah, a little wet glue. Art glitter glue, whatever you have. I mean, unless it's non-permanent. Okay, so the edge of this score line here is going to get to the edge of that. And so you're just going to meet these up like that on top. And then you want to just fold that up under like that. And actually, if you set it on the table, see, this is where you're going to figure out what you want to do. And I should have set that on the table first and then glued it together. But I didn't do that. And we made it permanent, so it is what it is. So now I'm just basically going to have to decide, because this sticks down a little bit, if I want to put this in a 5x7 so I don't have to worry about that, or what I want to do with it. But you can at this point fold it up, push it up and fold it. And maybe that will, generally when you do that though, then it doesn't want to go back down. So then you end up, yeah, and there's no place for it to really go. Yeah. We'll see once we get the card done. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to take and put adhesive here on this tab here. And this gets folded down like I was saying before. Yeah, I should have put that on the table. Didn't even think about it. And then just press it down. And then this is supposed to be like structural support for the middle, I guess. To be able to hold whatever you hang off of this piece here. So then this one just goes forward as well. Like so. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put adhesive on that tab there. There again, just still using score tape because it's quick and easy. Make sure your adhesive is all the way on the top of your tab and nowhere else, so the entire world doesn't get adhered together. Fold that a little bit so you can kind of see where you're lining up. And then all you're going to do is this and this point are going to meet up with these 2 points there. And then this edge with this score line right there. So line it up first. Get it where you're super happy. And then press that bottom tab together. with that piece there. Like so, and it should look about like so. Oh wait, where are you? It should look like that, right? Nice. That looks pretty good. And so now let's help it to fold together. It's super duper happy like that. And look, that's pretty cute. It actually came out pretty nice looking. That looks pretty good. And now when we open it, hey, that looks pretty good. That's not so bad. Actually, okay, I think we're going to keep it. So before I forget, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to add my ribbon closure. This right here. Basically, I'm just going to get a bunch out that I feel like I would, could tie a bow with. However, I think that's a fair amount. That's a good amount there. And that's probably 2 feet or something. 5 feet, I don't know. I guess I could measure. I do have a ruler right here. This is approximately 12 and 12, 24, and that's an extra 2 inches. 26 inches, I'd say, is what the ribbon is that I'm using. It's probably a bit excessive, but it doesn't bother me because I want to be able to tie a nice bow. And I can't, so I need lots of space to be able to utilize what creative juices I have for bow tying. So now what I want to do here is I'm just making sure they're even and all that jazz. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to adhere this to the top of our card. And I think I'm still just going to use score tape for that. And I think I can get away with a 1/4 inch. So I've got my ribbon all lined up. So I'm just going to flip the one piece back and eyeball it from there to there. Hoping that it's all looks straight. So burnish the score tape down. Take the backer off. Oh. Mine has a beautiful little crease in it, so I know where I was. But I can even still just make sure these are all nice and lined up and even. That's good enough. I do need to make sure. Okay, wait, is that proper? I think I'm too high. What about there-ish? Nope. We want to make sure we're straight so it doesn't look janky. Okay, that looks pretty good. I think I'm going to be happy with that. And now we're going to flip it over and we're going to eyeball from there to there as well. Like so. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I don't know why that's like that. Apparently I ripped the paper off. Who knows? Okay, and now we're just going to match it up and press. Just burnish that down. Oh yeah, see, look how nice that looks. Oh, don't look at that side. Look how pretty, but don't look at it. It's crooked. Use your straight eye. Okay, enough of that. We're going to put something over it anyways. You won't even notice it. Okay, and now what we want to do is now we get to pick our pieces. Okay, and what we're going to do is, let's see. Oh, and we already picked our valance. We wanted this one, right? And so what we're going to do is we are going to, I could make this nice and tidy and get my, yeah, let's do that. Let's get our scoreboard. And that way we can have a nice straight line. Because I'm guessing, how much is this? Is it 4.5? No. 4.5? How much is this? It's 9. It is. It's 4.5. Okay, cool. We'll score this at 4.5 because that is the middle. Roughly, that is roughly the middle. 4.5. And we're gonna go like so, but we're gonna make sure that when we're folding this, we're party foul. All right, just eyeball it, because that was totally wrong. Oh, that's a bummer. Oh yeah, I was way off. So I'm just gonna rescore this is what I'm doing. And I'm putting this line on top of one of the solid ones, and that way there's an indentation next to it, and then I can just score next to it. So I have a straight line to go to instead. Oh, that's a bummer. Well, that's okay. Yeah, it was like one line off. That's all right. Okay, and then what I'm guessing is this is going to wrap around here. And we're going to go... Where does it go? It goes to there and there. So I'm just going to eyeball this onto a score line and hope it's straight. And then we're going to bend this forward to where it matches up top there and it's nice and straight. And let's make sure that is happy. Let's see, does that work? And remember, whatever is sticking up above the card is going to be outside the, it's going to be outside of the card. You'll be able to actually see it. So, there is that. See, just trying to, I think it's going to go right there. So, I'm going to pop a score line right there. I think here-ish. I think right there. And then line these up to make sure they're straight. And then this is kind of a guessing because it's not exact. They don't exactly fit. But even then, you can just do... yeah, and I think I like that. I like how that's going to look. And I'm actually going to pop mine down just a tad to where this goes, just meets at the top of the page. I think that looks really pretty anyways. And it actually looks like it's above, it looks like it's above the, like the windows below or whatever the curtain is partitioning is below. And there's like wall above it. So I'm just going to go with it like that. And that way it's not outside the card. But I'm also going to adhere it with dimensionals as well. So, oh, we need our curtains though. Let's put our curtains on. Oh, I think on this one I need to, on this one I actually need to put the middle portion on first. So let's see where this guy is going to go. This, let's see. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go at the top, right next to the top there. And just on the middle V portion, on the middle V section, I'm not going to put any more other than just these couple of spaces there, like that. And then we're going to just line it back up. Just going to line it back up. Making sure that these are going to be down. Like that. Yeah, I want these to be down. But you can't put those on yet because you have to line up the curtains first. These here, they're going to line up behind it like this. And so we have to put these on with dimensionals as well. And so I'm just there again on the back side of the curtain going to pop some dimensionals on in the center-ish, like that. And then we're going to place this inside the edge and hopefully we'll be able to line up the other curtain with it. Let's see where this one will go. Yeah, that's what we're trying for, but it also has to, yeah, it's not going to fold out. Oh, I forgot to take the backer off that one. Okay, but yeah, this one isn't wanting to, well, we can leave that there. And honestly, I wonder if I should just glue this one down. If we should glue this one to this one and then place it. Actually, let's go ahead and do that. Let's glue this one on. Let's glue it. Yeah, the other one I was able to line up afterwards. I didn't have to glue it first because it was a thinner curtain. It was a thinner curtain. And so it just fit nicer. Whereas this one has these that stick out, these pieces. I'm trying to make it to where it all lines up and looks good. And the glue is so I can have shimmy when I'm trying to figure out if I'm lined up properly or not. Okay. And that does look good to me. So now let's go ahead and see what we can do about getting this to line up on the card well. Okay, and I think that looks pretty decent. And whatever we don't like, we can, we can just trim that off as well. If we don't want to see it and you're seeing it, you can just trim it off. Well, this actually opens up much farther than the other one did. So it's looking like that. Yeah, I think that's still going to be cool. I think I can, I think I might trim that off a tad. I might go ahead and trim that off a bit. Let me see here. Let me see. Yeah, I think I'm going to trim that off a little bit. I wonder if I could just go like that with the... If it would look funny if I just did that flat. Oh, whoops. Fold it up. It doesn't look bad on the back, but you definitely see it on the front because of that there. I wonder if I can move that. Nope. Ain't gonna happen. Alright, I'm gonna live with it. I love it. It's amazing. Okay. So let's glue this one on the back of the other one and get her done. We're taking too much time with all of this. This is gonna be like a 10-hour video. No one needs 10 hours of putting together a vignette card. Oh, it's magic. You know. Lining it up. Got the glue on there. Everybody's happy, happy, happy. And there we go. Amazing. Okay, now let's pop some dimensionals on that. I think I went backwards with that program, but that's okay. We're getting it done. You can only do what we can do. Good thing I don't get paid for any of this. I would be really bad at my job. Alright, here we go. Alright, good enough. Good enough. There we are, looking amazing. Okay, so let's line this puppy up right here. Oh, see, that one fit nicer. Who knows what I did to the other side. Apparently some egregious account for that because it did not want to line up. Who knows? Okay, so that looks pretty good. I was trying to get it lower. Okay, and I think that's going to work. But you have to keep folding and fiddling to make sure everyone's going to be happy. And that looks pretty good. Oh, yeah, what are we thinking? We got some gorgeous curtains on our little salon. That is amazing. I love it. Okay, so now let's do some little decorations and see what we're going to do here. So we could have a little lady like so. These are single-sided as well. And what do we want with our ladies? We would probably want one. Let's see. Probably going to need a table because they're probably having tea or some kind of entertainment. Maybe it's an auxiliary meeting. I don't know. Some type of auxiliary club. Let's see. A chair. Like, that's bold, right? Purple and red. That's pretty magnificent. But what are they doing? That's what we have to ask ourselves. And what is going to be on the wall? Because it's very boring back there. This is where I think I need to just get something together. I'll be right back. Okay, so I think I got a composition for this. And we are, I think it's going to be really, really nice. So what I decided was I'm going to utilize this piece here. And I'm going to add dimension to all of this since we're already popping this up. And this is just already has a ton of depth to the card. Just looking for my pop dots. I don't see them. Oh man, guys, I lost my pop dot. Oh darn it! At least I didn't lose my marbles. Okay, well here we go. I just get a new sheet out. Who knows where they ended up? Might be in the trash. I don't know. Okay, so I'm just gonna utilize these pop dots here, and just put a couple on. You can add glue behind these too if you need. 'Cause sometimes the embellishments like to fly off and not stay where they're supposed to. The adhesive gets a little bit janky and doesn't work properly like it's supposed to. So you might want to, if you know this is the design that you want, you'll definitely want to add glue once you get everything where you want it. And so I'm going to pop this up. I'm going to put this on here about like so. And I was thinking too, where are you guys at? I'm laying it on the table so I can place stuff better. And see where it's going to end up in the room. Oh, I love that. Okay, and so what I'm going to do with this is pop this under it like that. I know it's hard to visualize, but it's going to be cool. Just wait a second. It's going to be really fun. And I'm going to do 2 on this one. We're going to do 2 of these. The thing about this one is because it's going next to the floor and that floor is going to fold up, we're going to want to just gently put this down, but not all the way to the floor. So that way there's room for the floor to move up. And so what we're going to do is, if you can see, I'm lining it up and then centering it on that. Hopefully. Nope, it's not. Wait, don't put it down. Just look at it with your straight eye. And then, okay, and then what you're going to do is, once you figure out where you want it, practice it going up, and then press everything down if you like it. Like if you like where it's at, push it all down, and that's where it's going to live. See, it's not totally on the floor down there, but that's okay. It has the illusion of it being sitting on the floor. So we can go ahead and love that. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to pop this up on dimensionals, and we're going to add this basket of flowers. I got this. Wait, this actually has to go on here first. I got this out of the flower shop set, and I want it to look like that sconce. So I'm going to cut the sides of the basket off. I want it to look like this basket of flowers is in my wall sconce, like so. And we don't see it behind it, so that's pretty good, right? This looks like this sconce holds flowers. That's pretty fun as well. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue that. I just like the color of these flowers. They're really nice and bold and pop off that wall really good. And so just going to kind of affix this where I think they look nice and happy and make this wall sconce look amazing. And yeah, I think that looks pretty good right there, right? And now on the back of this is where I'm going to add the dimension. So just like 3 of them, that looks good to me. And then if you want this to stay for ever and ever, go ahead and put glue on it as well. And then what you're going to do is I'm going to center this up in front of that panel, but I'm just laying it down. I'm not committing until I figure out, like, hey, is that perfect? And do I love it? Oh, and I think I do. Look how pretty. That is pretty fun. Okay, and now press. And press. Okay, look at that. We're getting it. We're getting it. Look at the dimension on that already. That is pretty fun. Okay, so we got that. So now let's move to the chandelier that goes in the center. I've got one of the ones that's already pre-made, primarily because the video was long, and I was just going to go ahead and get her done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on my scoreboard, and I'm just going to line it up. So I'm just picked a spot. This is 4. And I'm just lining it up to where it looks like it should be good. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw a score line on it. Going to fold it in half. And the reason for this is so that way, when it closes, it will close with it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up on here and see where can I put dimensionals. And so from there to there is where I'm going to put dimensionals at. And actually, I think I'm just going to use 2. And if you just put adhesive or liquid adhesive, art glitter glue, on these tabs, I think you'll be fine. And this is going to make the card not close up as well, but it's already full of dimension. I'm not worried about it. But we do want to keep it below that. And try to hang it straight. Use your straight eye. Make it look amazing. And that looks really good to me. That looks stinking awesome. Oh, yeah. And look how fun that is. Oh, my goodness. That is pretty neat, isn't it? That is pretty neat. Yeah, that is looking like a salon if I've ever seen one. Okay, and so now the next thing I want to do is I was going to add this picture. This picture with this piece of furniture. I don't know what that's called. And a plate and a basket of flowers at the bottom that looks similar to those. To doll up this side of the room as well. So I'm going to add this. And I'm only going to put a few on there. Like so, like this. I like a this, I like a that, and I like a this. And we're just going to take the backers off. We're gonna a bada bing, a bada boom. And now we're just going to line this up in the room where, not on the wall, but on the wall. And just a little bit above the floor. You want to be able to fold it up. Okay, and that looks pretty good, I think. I think that looks pretty good to me. And then I was going to see if we could also, in turn, like that's looking pretty good. If we could also, in turn, maybe pop this up behind it a little. And so let's go ahead and, actually, we could probably just put this on the wall. I'm just going to use a little score tape on the back. And we'll just put this right down onto the wall. So there are some things that are, affixed to the panel. And it will look like it is back there behind this piece of furniture. And I was hoping to line that piece up. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my tweezers to help me line it up, to grab it. And that way, and all we have to do is make sure it's straight, right? We don't have to, actually, I need it to go from this way because the curtain's in the way and I have to line it up backwards. I'm just gonna, come on, little fella, work with me now. We're trying to find you a home. Okay, now, boy, this is not going according to plan. This tweezer action is not necessarily what I was hoping for. And I mean, seriously, this is not a real home. I don't have to be that perfect. Oh, darn you. Oh. Okay, maybe there. How do we feel about that? Do we love that? I think I love that. I could get behind that. If it's crooked, don't tell me, okay? I don't think I want to know. All that work. Hey, that's pretty good, right? That's pretty neat. That's looking pretty fancy. Pretty fancy. But let's test the theory. Does it work? So that's what, in all, we want it to do is to work. And I think that's going to go. And I think everyone's going to be happy with that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to really pop this puppy off the wall. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do about 3, or 2, actually 3 of these guys. But I think I'm going to have to double them up because that's pretty far. That is pretty far. So at the bottom there, I think I should have gone over just a tad like that. And I think I'm going to do 3. Just an executive decision. You do however many you think you want to do. But I think I'm going to need 3 to come out from the back of the desk to make this look, or a table or whatever that is, to really make it look like it's not the desk. And then, oh, see, that's why you have to push the floor up before you commit. Don't commit until you push the floor up. And then smash it together. See, oh, and then you have to just see what it looks like. Do you love that? No, I don't love that. Okay. So then what you want to do is you either want to don't love it and take it off, or don't love it and move it. I'm going to move it. And maybe what I'm going to do is, maybe I'm just going to do a depth of 2 of them. And see what that looks like. Maybe it was the 3 that was making it stick out into the floor too far. And that's probably what the problem is. Okay, so let's try it again. Because sometimes that's just how it goes. And let's see. Oh, that looks better. That looks better. Okay, we got it. I think, and that looks like it's actually sitting on the floor. And look at how pretty that parlor is. Right? That's pretty nifty. And now what we're going to do with this one is we're going to pop 1 dimensional on that. And we are going to center that up in the middle of our desk there. And hope it's right side up. And centered nicely. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cool, right? That's pretty nice. And look at those popping colors. That is pretty good, right? That's pretty nice. Kind of looking like a real room there. Okay, so all we have left to do is get our ladies and cut out. We need to cut out 2 of this one. Cut out 2 of these. And I'm going to use this scrap of paper here. Oh, yeah, and I can get 2 out of that one. So cut that off, and cut 2 out of that. I'll be right back. Okay, so we got our ladies, and what I like to do is, you don't have to, but I think it just looks better. I cut their little feet off. I'm not a fan of what it looks like when you put the piece on. I couldn't figure out how they added it to make the, I couldn't figure out how they used it, so I cut the dainty little feet off. I'm sorry, I'm just doing it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fold this piece in half. This is that piece we die cut. And then there's a 1/4 inch on each side that's a tab. And how these work is one side gets, well, I guess yeah, it has to go this way. One side goes to, this tab goes to the floor. This tab goes to the wall. And then your item gets attached like this. This is how I figured out how you could use it. And the same thing like you do with the furniture. You don't want her to be sitting down too far. Or whatever it is you're holding out. You don't want it to sit down too far. So they might have to look a little bit like that when you attach them. And then you attach this to the wall and this to the wall at a 90. Or this to the wall and this to the floor at a 90. And then when the card gets folded up, they go up into the inside of the card. So you also need to be aware of where you're placing it at, so she doesn't impede when she gets moved up and folds inside the card. So I'm going to put her here. I'm going to put her about there, in the room about there. I think that's going to be really cool. And so basically we're just going to also have to see what, so I'm going to put score tape down. And you will have to maneuver this around a bit. I'm going to say that because I had to finagle with the first one. I have a better idea about how they go, but there is still a little bit of finagling involved to get it figured out. So I'm basically going to, and then I'm also going to go ahead and adhere her down do I want it? No. Here, let's just do this. We have to figure out where she's going to live. So try to hold it at a 90 and figure out where you want this to go. So we were saying about here, because the other thing is you don't want it to stick out into the room either. Or stick out of the card, I mean. You want it to stick out in the room. You don't want it to stick out. You want it to stick out in the room, but you don't want it to. So I'm just going to try to hold this. And I think this is too wide. I think technically this could be for both of them. And it's just purely because of the amount of space that I have to put this is why. And you're just holding up a little paper doll. It's not like, and I'm going to put it on the chair leg is what it's looking like where it wants to live and for her to be out in the middle of the room. And then all you're going to be able to do is, you're just going to be able to close it up and see if it's going to work or not. And that looks like it's going to work. And I just attach it to the little chair leg there. And then what you want to do is you want to put glue on there. And, oh man, that's nasty. I left my glue cap, my glue pen out. My glue pen out, and it schmutzed up my glue bottle. The other thing is I'm noticing you want this to be at 90 degrees as much as you can, and it is not quite a 90, and the reason is so whatever you're putting on it lies flat. It has a spot to lie flat, and then you're going to put glue on that, but not on the top, only on the front of the tab. And then you're going to just adhere whatever it is in the spot where you want it to be. But also fold it up to make sure it's not going to impede anything when you do fold it up, right? That looks pretty good. And if it's where you want it, go ahead and hold it down and wait for it to dry. Yeah, press it. I'm pressing it with my fingers. To where you want it to dry. And look at that. Isn't that going to be cool? That is going to be so cool. So I'm going to do the same thing with her. And I'm going to use this one here. And actually, yeah, she'll probably go here. I think I'm going to go about there on her. And so I think where this is going to end up is right here. Nope. See how that's back? You want it to be, you want at least the front straight positioned backwards, not forwards. Otherwise, it will look, if you're going to error to where it's forward, not back. And then this is going to be like this. She's going to go like that. And oh, I think that is great. So then you want to press, and then put glue on the front of it. And like, right, how cool is that? You only need a little bit of glue. And then I'm going to put her here, but I'm going to try to make it to where she doesn't stick out past the card though either. And you also want to fold the card up to make sure she's not impeding anything. She's not impeding anything, and she's within the card. She's within the card. So she looks great. She looks great. But it did tilt. She did tilt when I went to, gosh, isn't that great? It looks like a real room. But let's make sure she's still good. Oh yeah, she's in there. She's lovely. Okay. Oh man, yeah, that is terrific. So now that looks pretty good there. And if you have to adjust it again, you can, because we just used score tape. Either one of them, you might have to kick them out a little bit. But that to me, they look pretty stinking cool. And they're out in the, yeah, I think I'm gonna end up after these girls have glued, I think I'm gonna kick them out just a bit, the bottom out just a bit more. So they're wanting to go back. I don't think it have quite, I think it's too much. They're leaning too much forward, so I'm gonna kick the bottom out just a bit more after they're dried, because I've already adhered them, and I don't want them to get messed up. So I think at this point what I'm gonna do is I'm going to decorate the front real quick. While that's drying, kick them out, and then I'll show you what it looks like. I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the final product. So I ended up using an impression die on some purple matte foil. Did a 2-inch hole punch, or a 2-inch circle punch with some of that flooring background dye that was out of that little piece. Grabbed some flowers out of my stash and a sentiment out of the flower shop kit that was out from doing this one. And then yeah, and then I altered the inside. Yeah, and just stacked up some flowers out of my stash. And I think that is really pretty. I think this is better than that one and that one, because it all folds up nice and neat in its original packaging. And I think it actually turned out really good. And I love the added ribbon closure to that. I think that is just really nice and fun. So then when you open it, I went ahead and I fixed the two ladies. So hopefully it will show. And that's what it looks like now. And so I just moved them ahead just a little bit. You do have to, pull this down, just if it's been like anything else. When these are folded for a long time, the little embellishments are folded for a long time, you have to unfold them a little bit. And so, yeah, how cute is that? Isn't that adorable? And it looks just like a little parlor and two ladies just having a fun little conversation in there at some type of meeting or whatever they're doing. But actually, it's magic. Actually, I was just looking at this and noticing that my one lady was like tilted back or tilted forward. And sometimes too, like if you don't put enough dimensionals on and you attach them to like the furniture, you do need to make sure that if it's going to be an attachment point, that like I should have added another dimensional behind there, and the same with on this one here. And I think that's why they want to go forward, is because it's actually the weight of the gal is pulling the leg forward on the furniture that I've attached her to. So there, for you guys, that if you end up making these, you'll definitely want it to be able to hold them back and them not to go forward. Make sure you adhere and add the dimension that's needed back there. Adhere them properly so these don't go forward, but still, like, right? Is that not the cutest thing? I mean, that looks like a legit ladies' parlor, doesn't it? That is pretty fun. So there it is there. That's the tutorial. That's the share with the vignette die. And let me know what you guys think. Have you guys tried it already? This has been out for eons. It's new to me. I just recently picked it up, a few months ago. I'd say it's probably been a couple of months. It's been in my stash, but always had an interest in them, and thought, hey, let's give that a whirl, and finally had a chance. And yeah, so let me know which one is your favorite. Let me know if you've tried it already, and I just appreciate you guys hanging out, and thanks so much. Until next time, happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye.